Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I am Joe Keenan, the editor-in-chief of Total Retail, and I'm pleased to be joined on this episode by Yikun Shao, who is the head of supply chain North America for Alibaba.com. We're going to talk to Yikun about Alibaba's supply chain, including its crowdsourced delivery, sustainability practices within its supply chain, as well as its diversity within across its supply chain operations. So thanks for joining me on today's episode, Yikun.
Thank you, Joe.
So I'd love for us to get started by a quick background and have you tell our audience a little bit about your professional experience and your current role at Alibaba.com. I mentioned your title. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your role.
Of course. Thanks again for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm very excited to share some insights into the world of e-commerce retail today. First, a little bit about myself. Over the past 3.5 years, I've been working with Alibaba.com based in New York. For those who may not be familiar, Alibaba.com is a global B2B e-commerce marketplace, and you can picture it as an online trade show that never closes. It operates 24/7, 365 days a year. And our mission here is to seamlessly connect sellers from around the world with business buyers, both domestically and globally. And in my current role at Alibaba.com, I focus on supply chain services. This involves developing platform-level initiatives related to cross-border shipping, logistics, and international trade services for our customers. Prior to joining Alibaba.com, I worked with PwC as a business and trade consultant for about 15 years, the first half of which was in Asia, or Japan and China specifically, and the latter 7 years was spent in the United States. My role at that time was to advise and help business clients reduce import-export costs, ensure trade compliance, and build efficient global supply chains. I made the decision to join Alibaba.com in the summer of 2020, which, Joe, as you know, was during the pandemic. At that time, I witnessed many small businesses grappling with the effects of the pandemic. And Alibaba.com at that time emerged as a genuine ally to those businesses dedicated to assisting them in navigating through this storm. So it's fair to say that it was this commitment and mission by Alibaba to small US entrepreneurs and businesses that inspired my move to the company.
Yeah, and thank you for that, and kind of gives an overview of a little bit about your career. And I think nearly everyone probably in our audience is familiar with Alibaba.com, so I don't think we need to go over the whole kind of story about the business. But I do want to kind of talk specifically about its supply chain operations, and you're obviously the person to do that. So my first question for you, Yikun, would be to tell us a little bit about how you're leveraging at Alibaba.com your supply chain capabilities to make the e-commerce platform a more attractive selling channel for small businesses. You just talked about kind of wanting to help those small businesses, entrepreneurs, be able to sell digitally. That was really became critical during the pandemic when you first joined the organization. So tell us a little bit about where you're at today in terms of the supply chain capabilities.
Sure. Thank you, Joe. I think to start with, at Alibaba.com, our commitment, which is also reflected in our daily approach, is, as you said, to empower small businesses by providing them with a robust platform and leveraging our extensive supply chain capabilities. Towards that end, our global network of suppliers plays a very crucial role in connecting small businesses with the right partners for their unique needs, whether it's for tangible products or for intangible services, such as for logistics and fulfillment. One of the key strategies we employ to enhance our platform is through continuous innovation. We're always developing and introducing features that benefit global business buyers and sellers. As you can imagine, there are many challenges associated with cross-border sourcing. So the solutions we provide focus on addressing these specific challenges. I'll give you a couple of quick examples. The first one, we have recently implemented real-time translation for live video chats on our platform in up to 17 languages. This ensures effective communication between buyers and sellers, transcending the language barriers that used to be a key pain point in global sourcing. We also rolled out Alibaba.com Logistics Marketplace a few months ago, which grants our customers access to a wide range of logistics providers and solutions. And after finding a desired logistics service on this freight marketplace, buyers can not only place, manage, and track their orders online, but also access 24/7 live customer support on our platform. This kind of support is highly valuable, we believe, in the dynamic world of e-commerce where the process is complex and timing is critical. Another notable feature that we've introduced recently and which we've seen has impacted small businesses is the smart enhancements to our request for quotation or RFQ tool. As you are well aware, RFQ plays a pivotal role in sourcing, and our online smart RFQ tool has undergone significant enhancements to now support features such as predictive sentence completion and image generation. So as a result, it has not only amplified the volume of quotes received by buyers, but has also generated a substantial surge in buyer responses to sellers. So it essentially empowers our customers to identify the ideal partners, thereby ensuring the competitiveness of their product in the market. Last but not the least, at this year's Consumer Electronics Show just last week, we unveiled the new expansions to Smart Assistant, which is Alibaba.com's AI-powered personal guide to global sourcing. This expansion also, includes a feature called Instant Help, which harnesses the power of AI with a chatbot that not only answers basic questions, but also offers real-time industry insights about a variety of verticals and product types. So it's really all about providing instant assistance to our users, making their experience on our platform more seamless and efficient. And I would also mention that in addition to the technological capabilities, what also sets Alibaba.com apart is our global presence. With team members around the world, we can provide expert help to buyers and sellers who are navigating the complexities of cross-border trade. So all our support and services are aimed at maximizing our customers' resources and enabling their operations to thrive in the competitive e-commerce landscape.
Yeah, and you've certainly been busy as you've gave some of those examples, some of the new tools and functions that you've rolled out to really optimize that seller experience, and including the support piece of it, as you mentioned, across the globe in a highly competitive e-commerce environment. One thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about was crowdsourced delivery and how that is evolving and becoming more commonplace in the market for B2B sellers. So with that in mind, what steps are you taking, or what steps should businesses be considering as they look to implement crowdsourced delivery?
That's a great question. Crowdsourced delivery is indeed becoming a significant trend in the world of B2B sellers. And its evolution suggests that it's actually here to stay, especially as online retailers strive to meet order minimums more efficiently. I think this approach allows businesses to tap into a broader pool of resources for last mile delivery, optimizing routes and enhancing on-time delivery performances. One crucial aspect driving the adoption of crowdsourced delivery is, in fact, the growing consumer demand for faster shipping. So we have seen our customers under pressure to expedite their delivery processes to meet these expectations. But at the same time, they still need to manage expenses effectively. So against that backdrop, crowdsourced delivery offers a flexible and scalable solution, allowing businesses to adapt to fluctuations in demand without committing to fixed costs associated with a dedicated fleet. But like you said, in order to effectively implement crowdsourced delivery, I think companies need to conduct market research to understand the demand for their products and delivery capabilities in different locations, comply with local regulations, invest in technology infrastructure, and select reliable and reputable delivery partners, among many other things. So as businesses contemplate implementing crowdsourced delivery, I think it is essential to assess how it fits into their larger or broader supply chain strategy. In other words, is it a short-term solution to alleviate stress, for example, during peak demand periods, or is it a strategic component meant to integrate seamlessly into their long-term supply chain operations? I think understanding this distinction will drive different evaluations in the steps I mentioned, and is crucial for optimizing the benefits of crowdsourced delivery and ensuring alignment with overall business objectives.
So from your sellers on the Alibaba.com platform, how are they, to your point, there's different usage cases for crowdsourced delivery. What are you hearing from the sellers on the Alibaba.com platform and how they're taking advantage of crowdsourced delivery?
Yes, the feedback we have received is by and large positive. That, as I mentioned, it provides them with a flexible and scalable solution, especially during the peak seasons where the demand is very high and there may be more limited capacity to handle their customer demands. But at the same time, I think a lot of the small businesses are a bit cautious because, as I said, it may involve some investment or upfront investment in either the technology or the relationship, the business relationship that will need to be newly built. So they are being a bit cautious in fully embracing this new approach. But in the longer term, what we have learned from our customers are they are willing and more actively tapping into this space as part of their end-to-end fulfillment strategy going forward.
One of the things I mentioned at the outset, Yikun, is that I wanted to talk a little bit about sustainability and why that is so important, not just to Alibaba.com, but to all online sellers. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Alibaba.com to prioritize making the supply chain more sustainable, how you're trying to fulfill that goal.
Alibaba recognizes the increasing importance of sustainability in the modern business landscape, and we are actively prioritizing the transformation of our supply chain to meet these demands. I think the shift towards sustainability is largely driven by the evolving expectations of consumers who are seeking not only quality products or services, but also transparency and eco-friendly practices from the businesses that they choose to work with. To provide some context from a data perspective, at Alibaba.com, we have witnessed substantial year-over-year increases in the gross merchandise value of sustainable products on our platform across various industries. These include beauty and accessories, home and garden, building materials, and packaging and printing materials, just to name a few. This type of growth underscores the growing demand for sustainable options and products across diverse sectors. So now back to our business. In our commitment to supporting buyers on our platform in their sustainability pursuit, we place a strong emphasis on the sustainability practices of sellers. As a hub for numerous sustainable sourcing partners, we offer small businesses a wide array of options to align with their own sustainability goals. This approach enables our business customers to make informed decisions, choosing suppliers whose practices resonate with their values and those of their customers. Let me give you one quick example. Starting from the proposal process, we empower small businesses by providing access to vital information about potential suppliers' sustainability credentials. This includes transparency on sustainability certificates and the specific eco-friendly practices adopted by these suppliers. Business buyers on our platform can delve into these details and can even filter potential suppliers based on their environmental compliance. This feature streamlines the supplier selection process, allowing businesses to navigate our vast marketplace efficiently while ensuring that every partnership contributes to a more sustainable and responsible supply chain. So, in essence, Alibaba's approach to a sustainable supply chain is rooted in fostering a marketplace where businesses can make choices that align with their environmental values. And by facilitating transparency and offering tools to assess sustainability practices, we aim to empower our customers to be active participants in the global shift towards a more sustainable and a responsible future.
And I would imagine you're selling that, your sellers on the Alibaba.com platform. It's, as they try to incorporate their own sustainability goals, they're doing so because not only is it the right thing to do, but it also matters to the end consumer, right? Their end customer that's buying their product. Sustainability is important to that end consumer. Is that kind of what you're hearing from the sellers on the platform?
That's absolutely right. Yes, Joe. Just as I mentioned, our business buyers' sustainability pursuits are partially driven by their consumer needs. If you go upstream, overseas suppliers also have to accommodate or act in accordance with their customers' buyers' values on our platform.
So there's been in the last couple of years, and it's eased, I think, somewhat recently, but there's been a lot of disruption in the global supply chain during COVID, and then just overall, there's been a lot of disruption. So tell us at Alibaba.com how you prepare your business to withstand some of those supply chain disruptions that could happen in the future. Like I said, we're sort of in a better spot right now, but who knows where we'll be in a little, what's to come in the future. So as you think about preparation, what do you do to kind of be able to operate the business at full efficiency when potential supply chain disruptions occur again?
Yes, we have sure or experienced that. And in that light, at Alibaba.com, we have strategically positioned ourselves as well as our customers to withstand potential disruptions by leveraging the global reach of our platform and supplier base. As mentioned, our platform serves as a melting pot of suppliers from all corners of the world. So this diversity allows small businesses to establish primary sourcing partners while also having the flexibility to swiftly build and execute contingency plans when any disruptions occur. So whether it's natural disasters, shipping delays, economic uncertainties, or alterations to shipping routes due to either volume issues or regional tensions, our platform equips small businesses with the agility to navigate these challenges effectively. So essentially, the breadth of our supplier network enables businesses to diversify their sourcing strategies, reducing dependence on a single source and mitigating the impact of disruptions. I would also mention that this approach also applies to intangible services on our platform, such as for logistics and fulfillment purposes. We have literally hundreds of logistics providers on our platform ready to support our buyers so they can easily find alternative providers or shipping options whenever necessary. This strategy ensures that businesses can adapt to changing circumstances and maintain continuity in their operations and essentially building supply chain resilience. Uh, Another pivotal aspect of our commitment to supporting businesses develop multifaceted sourcing strategy and to build trust relationships is our trade assurance program. We actually just celebrated 8 years of providing this critical safeguard to our customers, which offers small business buyers peace of mind when engaging in transactions on our platform. In a nutshell, trade assurance is a comprehensive purchase protection mechanism that covers unforeseen circumstances in global sourcing, including product quality issues and shipping delays. I think this protection is instrumental in building trust within the Alibaba.com ecosystem because small businesses can confidently engage in transactions, knowing that they are covered against potential challenges that may arise during the supply chain process. And as a result, our customers can focus on their core operations without the constant worry of unexpected disruptions derailing their progress. So, in summary, our approach to preparing our business to withstand potential supply chain disruptions is rooted in the strength of our global supplier and service provider network and the implementation of robust safeguards in cross-border transactions. But having said all that, it is surely an ongoing journey as we will continue to navigate the complexities of the modern supply chain landscape and develop more desired tools and protections needed by the businesses to thrive in the face of uncertainties.
Yeah, you certainly need to be nimble and be adaptable as conditions evolve and be ready to take precautions like you've mentioned. Thank you for that, Quinn. My final question for you is more from a holistic macro perspective. Tell us the supply chain trends that you believe or you're targeting for having the biggest impact on retail businesses in 2024.
I think looking to 2024, several supply chain trends are poised to reshape the retail landscape and have a substantial impact on business. One notable shift is the transition of supply chain pressures from suppliers to small businesses, particularly as they grapple with the complexities of managing inventory surplus post-pandemic while staying agile to respond to unpredictable spikes in demand. And also in the evolving landscape, technology and automation will continue to emerge as pivotal components in the supply chain ecosystem. Features such as real-time tracking, faster payments, and digital inventory management are becoming increasingly integral for small business owners. These tools empower businesses to streamline processes, to enhance efficiency, and to maximize the utilization of their resources. So the adoption of these technologies is essential for staying competitive in an environment where speed and precision are critical components of success. But at the same time, as the supply chain becomes more digitally driven, I think a new set of challenges would also emerge. For example, the increased reliance on digital platforms makes operations more vulnerable to cyber attacks. It is crucial for businesses to prioritize cybersecurity measures to safeguard sensitive business information and maintain the integrity of their supply chain processes. Just like anything else, while technology offers tremendous advantages, a proactive approach to cybersecurity is imperative to mitigate potential risks. I would also highlight that some other threats that were more prevalent during the pandemic still persist in the current supply chain landscape. For example, the labor shutdowns witnessed towards the end of last year, the global economic conditions, and the ongoing threat of natural disasters continue to pose some significant challenges. So I think businesses must adopt a holistic approach to risk management, addressing not only digital advancement and vulnerabilities, but also preparing for disruptions that can arise from external factors. In terms of business realities, Alibaba.com actually recently commissioned a survey on small businesses, and the result indicates that small businesses are acutely aware of the existing threats to their supply chains. For example, a substantial 38% of supply chain decision makers at small businesses believe that the industry outlook will negatively impact their business, which underscores the importance of proactive measures and strategic planning to navigate the uncertainties that lie ahead. And additionally, the rising cost of goods is a top concern for small business owners, with 67% indicating that this issue is most concerning to them in relation to supply chain and inventory management. So managing cost effectively will also be a critical aspect of staying financially resilient in the face of economic fluctuations and global market dynamics. So in conclusion, the supply chain trends of 2024 paint a complex landscape for businesses, to say the least. Navigating inventory challenges, embracing technology, addressing cybersecurity, and preparing for a range of external threats are all integral components of a successful supply chain strategy. Small businesses, in particular, must remain vigilant, adapt to the evolving landscape, and implement proactive measures to ensure resilience and sustainability in the years to come.
Well, you've really kind of given a good primer for our audience on the global supply chain and provided them some great considerations to think about as they try to optimize their own supply chains for the year ahead. I want to take the opportunity to thank Yikun Shao, who is the head of supply chain North America at Alibaba.com, for joining us on this episode of Total Retail Talks. Thank you, Yikun.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.